Welcome back, students. So in this video we will discuss thunderstorms and cyclones. So thunderstorm is a kind of weather characterized by heavy rain, thunder and lightning. It is frequently occurs in hot, humid tropical areas like India. So thunderstorm is a kind of weather situation that is characterized by heavy rain, thunder and lightning. It commonly occurs in hot, humid area, tropical areas like India. As the air near the earth's surface heats up, it rises in the upward direction because it is lighter. It produces strong upward rising wind which carry moisture with them. In the colder upper regions of the atmosphere, the moisture rapidly condenses into droplets of water which may fall as rain or freeze and fall as hail. The water droplets and the ice crystal collide with each other due to shift rising air. These collisions produce static electricity and clouds get charged. Huge sparks are produced between the cloud or between the cloud and the ground. This is the lightning we see. The lightning heats the air in its path, so quickly the loud booming sound is produced. This is the thunder we hear along with the lightning. So, the air near the earth atmosphere gets heat up. Hot air or warm air is lighter and it moves in the upward direction. So, this produces strong upward rising of wind which carry moisture along with them. In the upper region of the atmosphere that is cooler, so in the upper cooler region of the atmosphere, this moisture will condense and form, and the droplets of the moisture will be converted to ice or freeze it and fall it as hail. So, the water droplets and the ice crystal collide with each other due to the shift rising air. These collisions produce static electricity on the clouds and the clouds gets charged. Huge sparks are produced between the clouds or between the cloud and the ground. This is the lightning we see. The lightning heats the air in its path, so quickly the booming sound is heard and that is the thunder we hear. Now, what all precautions you can take if you are in a thunderstorm affected area or likely to be affected area. So, in that case, do not take shelter under an isolated tree. If in a forest, take shelter under a small tree. Do not lie on the ground. Do not take shelter under an isolated tree. If you are in a forest, you should take shelter under a small tree. Do not lie on the ground. Do not take shelter under an umbrella with a metallic handle. Do not take shelter under a metal shed. Do not sit near open window. A car or a bus is a safe place to take shelter. If you are in water, get out and go inside a building. Means if you are in water, means if you are in a swimming pool, lake, river or sea, just get out of it and go inside the building. So, these precautions where you can take when you are in a thunderstorm affected area. or if there is a chance for thunderstorm there. Okay. Now next topic is about cyclone. How this thunderstorm will become a cyclone. Okay. Water requires heat when it changes from liquid to water vapor. When we boil water, water will be converted to liquid state to vapor state, that is from water to water vapor. In the same way, when water vapor is converted to water, it will absorb heat from the surroundings, or it will absorb heat from the atmosphere. It will absorb heat from the atmosphere. So, how cyclones are formed? That we will discuss here. Cyclones are very violent storm. It develops over the sea and then move over the land, causing great damage. A cyclone may cover hundreds of kilometers, and wind in it may have a speed of more than 200 kilometers per hour. Cyclones are associated with heavy wind, heavy rain and tidal waves. They are generally restricted to tropical latitudes. So, cyclones are huge, powerful storms. They can be of 100 kilometers wide. They form only in warm, wet conditions, usually over the sea in tropical areas near the equator. The formation sequence of cyclone is given as, step by step I will explain. The water from the sea evaporates. It takes up heat from the atmosphere to change into water vapor. Water give back this heat to the atmosphere when water vapor condenses to liquid. So, when water is boiled, we are giving heat. So, water will absorb the heat and it will be converted to vapor. When the reverse thing will happen, that is water vapor is converted to water, it will give the heat to the atmosphere. It will not absorb the heat from the atmosphere, it will give the heat to the atmosphere, or it will release the heat to the atmosphere. Air over the sea gets heated by the sun. As the warm air rises, it is loaded with moisture from the sea. Air over the sea gets heated by the sun. As the warm air rises, it is loaded with moisture from the sea, means water content from the sea. When this warm air reaches the upper cooler region of the atmosphere, the water vapor condenses to form rain drops, which is then gathered to form massive thunder clouds. As the water vapor condenses to form water drops, it also gives up heat to the atmosphere, or when water vapor is converted to water drops, it will give heat to the atmosphere, or it will liberate heat to the atmosphere. So, the surrounding air gets heated. So, the surrounding air gets heated. As this air gets heated, it becomes lighter and rises up, causing a low pressure region to develop. So, as this air gets heated, it becomes lighter and rises up, that creates a low pressure region. More air pushes in towards the center of the low pressure region. More air will come towards the low pressure region. However, instead of moving in a straight into the center of the storm, the air circles about in a spiral. This happens because the spinning of the earth always pushes the wind to the one side. So, what will happen is that when air gets heated, it becomes lighter and it will move in the upward direction, creating a low pressure area. So, air from the surroundings will get into the low pressure area. More and more air will rushes in towards the center of this low pressure area. Instead of going in the straight way into the center of the storm, the air circles around in it in a spiral. This happens because of the spinning of the earth always pushes the air to one side. This process continues and results in a very low pressure region in the center with very high speed winds revolving around it. This process continues and a result a very low pressure region in the center with very high speed revolving around it. This wind rotates faster and faster, forming a huge circle that can be up to 200 km across. This weather condition is known as a cyclone. Thus, cyclone consists of a low pressure region with high pressure all around. The winds tend to blow towards the low pressure region and circulate violently around the center with great speed. At the center of the storm is a calm, cloudless area called the eye. Its diameter may vary from 10 km to 30 km. There is no rain here and the winds are very light. The eye of a cyclone can be seen clearly in the center of the cyclone. The strongest wind, normally 150 to 250 km per hour, and heaviest rain are formed in the thick clouds around the eye. These have a diameter of 80 to 200 km or more and may be 10 to 15 km high. As the cyclone begins to build up, it begins to move with greater speed. It is sustained by a steady flow of warm, moisture air from the sea. The high-speed wind of tropical cyclones are accompanied by heavy rains and huge sea waves. The sea waves may be several meters high as they move towards the coast. They are very destructive. Flooding is caused by huge sea waves as they hit the coast, and accompanying rain further worsen the situation. Trees get uprooted, houses collapse, and telecommunication line gets disrupted, leading to heavy loss of life and property. If the coastal area are thickly forested, they act as natural wind breakers and reduce the destructive impact of the cyclonic storm. After reaching the landmass of the coastal area, the cyclone becomes steadily weaker due to friction with the land and the shortage of moisture. The eastern coastline of India is most vulnerable to cyclone, that is the Bay of Bengal coast, that is most frequently affected with cyclones. So, how a cyclone is formed? So, before cloud formation, water takes up the heat from the atmosphere to change into vapor. When the water vapor changes back to liquid, it will release the heat to the atmosphere. So, the air around that will be hot. Hot air is lighter, it will move in the upward direction, creating a low pressure area. So, wind will or air will move towards the low pressure area, and this process will continue, and that leads to a situation, that leads to a weather situation called cyclone. Then the factors like the wind speed, the wind direction, temperature and humidity contribute to the development of a cyclone. So, these four factors contribute to the development of a cyclone, that is wind speed, wind direction, temperature and humidity. Now, the center of the cyclone is an eye of the cyclone. It is a calm area, no rain will be there in that area. The wind speed will be about 20 to 25 kilometer. Okay, wind speed will be very low. The diameter of the eye varies from 10 to 30 kilometer. Then the cloud region is from 150 to 250 kilometer in size. The wind speed is from 150 to 250 or more than that range, kilometer per hour. As the region away from this region, the wind speed gradually decreases. The wind speed will decrease. So, when it comes to the land masses, the cyclone becomes weaker due to the friction with the land and the shortage of the moisture. Okay. Now, what are the destruction caused by the cyclone? That already explained in that paragraph. Cyclones are very destructive. Strong wind push water towards the shore even if the storm is hundreds of kilometers away. That is the first indication of an approaching cyclone. The water waves produced by the wind are so powerful that a person cannot overcome them. Low pressure in the eye lifts the water surface in the center. This water may be high as 3 to 12 meters. It appears like a water wall moving towards the shore. As a result, the seawater enters the low-lying coastal area, causing severe loss of life and property. It also reduces the fertility of the soil. Continuous rainfall or continuous heavy rainfall may further worsen the situation, or that leads to flood. High speed wind accompanying a cyclone can damage houses, telephones and other communication line systems. Trees may be uprooted, causing tremendous loss of life and property. Our eastern coastal line, that is Orissa, Visakhapatnam, all those things, Andhra Pradesh, Bengal, that side is most vulnerable to cyclone. But our western side, that is Kerala, Karnataka, Mumbai coast, that is least vulnerable to cyclone. But nowadays changes are there in the atmosphere. So, the water level in the temperature of the sea water is rising, and that may leads to cyclone in this western coastal area also. Okay. So, that is about this video. So, we will not write any notes in the notebook. We will write the textbook in the, we will mark it in the textbook itself. On page number 87, how are cyclones caused? That I will give you what all things you have to mark in the textbook. Destruction caused by cyclones also you have to mark in your textbook. Okay. Thank you.